Hey everybody, Angela here. I just wanted to do a quick video before it's the boys' bath time. So today, let's see, I guess I'll start first. So I'm testing a new pattern, and it's for the Bumps and Scales shawl by Chrissy over at Tea Doddles. And I'm really liking it so far. Here's my biggest problem. It has the crocodile stitch, which I haven't done before, and I seem to be making, I don't know, they're just curled up. I don't know if my tension's too tight or what, but anyway, the pattern in general is really cute and I like it. So I'm testing that pattern. Now, I went today to take my daughter to the doctor in another town, and I took Kat with me, you know, Kat from Kat Plays with Yarn. She wanted to hang out, and I was like, well, I'm going to the other town. And then I was like, do you want to ride along? So she went with me. Now, I had been planning to go to Hobby Lobby and Joann's in that bigger town because we don't have them out here. And Joann's was closer, like as we went into town. So we went into town and went to Joann's, and I'm so glad I did. They had a massive amount of clearance yarn, and it was 25% off the smallest list price. So anyway, these are the two I got for I got 4 for myself, but I'll show you the rest too. But so the clearance price on this was $2.47, and they're sweet rolls, okay? And so it was 25% off that. So it was like $1.90 or something for each of these sweet rolls. But this was the one that blew my mind. I just think these are so gorgeous. It's kind of already coming out. But it's shawl and a cake, and you know they're normally around $10. And the clearance thing says $7.47. So I got up there and I just grabbed one of them. I ended up getting a second one afterwards of the same colorway. And she rang it up, and it rang up at $3.70. And she was like, oh, wow, I guess they brought it down to a cheaper price even than that. So I got 2 of these for like $7, less than $8. Anyway, that made me super happy. But the main reason I went to Joann's is because of my giveaways, the 3 giveaways, the 500, 600, and 700. Remember, I let people tell me what size they liked and what colors. So this one is filled with worsted weight. I'm not going to show you because I want her to be surprised when it gets there. It's worsted weight yarns that are green or have green in them. And then I just have to add my hand dyed one. This one is worsted weight that has warm colors in them, like pinks, reds, yellows, oranges, warm colors. And then this one has fingering weight, and she didn't care the colors, so I got all kinds of fingering weight yarn in there. So I just have to get my hand dyed yarns in there, and then I'll be sending them out to you guys. But the funny thing was, they were having this free-for-all, they called it. So when you check out, you don't have to buy, you can buy one thing, and then you got to go over and choose one of their free products. So there was like Christmas ornaments and fake plants and things like that. But they had these funny little signs, and this is the one I chose. Okay, so I checked out, let's see. I had Kat check out with these for me because I wanted them separate. I wanted the money to be separate from the stuff I was buying for the giveaway because I wanted to keep track of how much I was putting into the giveaway. I had a budget set for myself, and I did stay to it, so I'm proud of myself. But anyway, so I had Kat check out with these, and then she went over and she actually found something she liked, and I was like, grab it, you can have it, like you did the checkout. So then I checked out with all the giveaway yarn, and I went over and I picked this. It's a sign, and it's onions, and it says can't cut this. And I mean, you know, I graduated from high school in '92. MC Hammer was a big deal when I was young. The can't touch this. So it cracked me up. The can't cut this. So I got that. Well, then we were getting ready to leave, and Kat's like, oh my God, look, there's more clearance yarn. So we checked out, then we were going around to leave, and there was a bunch of more clearance yarn. And that's where I found these guys. So I had to get these guys. So I went up and I checked out again, and she was like, yeah, you can choose another thing. And she goes, and then if you want, you can buy a pack of gum and you can choose another thing. And I was like, no, that's okay. But I chose this one because it cracks me up. So I chose this sign because it makes me think of my husband. You guacamole world. I don't know. These signs are so ridiculous, but they're cracking me up. So I'll put them in my kitchen somewhere. But anyway, those were totally free. And then Kat got a pillow that was free because she checked out with my sweet rolls. But anyway, yeah, I was so glad we went to Joann's. We didn't even need to go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or anywhere else after that because I got enough yarn to completely fill the boxes, plus a little bit extra for myself. It was all amazing clearance prices, and I paid less than what I had budgeted. So I was happy. But anyway, that's all that's going on in my yarning world right now. We had a long weekend. It's been a long, rough week for me. On Saturday, first thing in the morning, my daughter got in a car crash. And she called me, and it really scared me because I asked her where she... First of all, she called me instead of calling 911. And then I was like, where are you? And she said, I don't know. And I was like, call 911. And I hung up. And I got on... We use a program called Life 360. And my husband has it on his phone. I have it on mine. She has it on hers. And our son now has a phone, and he has it on his too. But it's a GPS program that's on your phone. And the reason that we got it in the first place is because a friend of mine had it. And she was like, this is making me feel so much better. Sorry, there's a fly flying around. I don't know. Anyway, about where her family was. And then she added us to our circle. So we tried it out. And I realized it was really... It put my mind at ease when my husband goes riding his bike. Because he rides his bike on... roads way out in the middle of nowhere. He could totally get sideswiped by a cattle truck or feed truck, and sometimes he rides on really busy highways, but he rides on the shoulder, but he could get hit and run. I mean, I'm sorry, but that is definitely what worries me the most about his riding, is that I'm worried someone's going to hit him. So I realized, if he does get in a crash and he doesn't show up at home when he's supposed to be, I can look him up on the GPS program and at least see where he was the last time it pinged the GPS. So anyway, that morning she called. She said I crashed my car. I asked where she was. She said she didn't know. I told her call 911, and I hung up, and I told my husband she doesn't know where she is. She crashed her car, and both of us were instantly on our phones looking at that GPS program. And she was less than a mile from home. And later that day, when I told her, when you said that you didn't know where you were, it really scared me. She said, I swear I told you where I was. So she was obviously just really shaken up by the crash. But anyway, she totaled her car, but she is okay. She's really sore. She's really sore. But she only has one visible bruise, no cuts. Her glasses didn't get broken by the airbags. I mean, best case scenario for a car crash that totals a car. So as soon as I drove up there, I actually got there 30 seconds before the police showed up because she had called me first and I had the GPS program. That fly. Sorry, guys. Anyway, and so I actually got there before the police did, and she was out of her car and she was walking around and I didn't see any blood, and all I could think was, okay, it's all right. Like, she's not really bloody. She's not stuck in her car. It's going to be okay. The car is a thing. It can be replaced. So anyway, that was the beginning of our holiday weekend. And then there was just so much stuff happening every day, including today when I drove her to the big city for a doctor's appointment and went to Joann's and found all that yarn. So anyway, hopefully tomorrow will be a little calmer. It's just been several days of medical appointments for Henry had an eye exam, and I had my dentist visit for to get my permanent crown put in on my root canal, and just like every day has been chock full of things. So I'm hoping tomorrow I can get a little more rest in. But anyway, I'm feeling good in general. I'm just tired, but like I'm not having an MS attack or anything. I'm doing good. So anyway, I'm feeling good. That's it. Winners, I'll be mailing out stuff in a few days once I get that hand-dyed yarn in there and get them addressed and mailed out. So anyway, I will talk to you all later. Have a great night, and hopefully I will make a video soonish.